Hello, friends. Tanya here with day 13 of the 2025 Spellbinders Crafty Advent Calendar. Let's open door number 13 and see what we have in store. It's a long, skinny door, so I'm betting you know what's behind this door as well as I do. Let's take a quick peek here. I am going to give you a little tip here. I am taking all of the doors and cutting them off of my advent calendar, and I'm storing them with the products that are in the kit, just so I have a great way to reference this in the future. And today we have this fun geometric embossing folder. Now these emboss a panel that is roughly 1¼ inches wide, and we're going to use it with the Beautiful Day House Mouse stamp that came out this month. There are 4 stamp sets that came out this month, and this one is coffee themed. Now I'm going to use this contour ink from, I think it's from Hero Arts. Pretty sure it came in one of my monthly hero kits long ago. And this is great for no line coloring. Now, I don't know why I wanted to use this for the no line coloring, but here we are, because I'm going to come back and stamp over this again. So I am currently watercoloring the lighter parts of this little house mouse, the insides of his ears, his face, his little hands and feet, his tail, and a little bit of his belly. I'm also taking a reddish brown here to do the coat of our cute little house mouse. And I am just barely able to see the features on these stamped items. Now, if I did this again, I would probably use a watercolor safe ink, which would most likely be my VersaFine Clair ink, to do my first stamping. And it wouldn't have to be a perfect stamping, because again, I'm going to stamp over this again. And this is really sloppy painting. I am literally just throwing the paint down on the image with minimal effort at shading. I do have 4 different colors of brown here, but that's about the limits of my shading efforts. We're going to paint this coffee mug in a blue, adding the most concentrated watercolor towards the edges to help with that rounded effect. There's this nice swoopy little handle on there, and we're going to add a little bit of blue all the way around the back rim. About here's where I figured out I forgot the second paw on our little mouse, but let's put in our spoon first. And then we're going to add some lighter blue that I've just added a little bit of water to the already mixed blue paint on my little palette. Next, I'm going to use some brown, some really watered down brown, to color in the rest of our jar and to ground our mouse and our little coffee beans and the steam. Just adding a little extra color. Part of that is also to help when I use my Brother Scan and Cut to cut this out, because it will recognize the colored areas as well. Now it's time to re-stamp this image. Now I did stamp it twice. I'm only going to show you once because it's just repetitive. And this is with VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink, and you can heat emboss this ink, which is part of the reason I use it for these watercolored, or for the second or restamping of my colored images. And it just makes it so much more bright and pops so much more. I did use my Brother Scan and Cut to cut out that image, and then I also did another run through with a blank piece of heavyweight cardstock to add a backer for this, for it to be a little more sturdy and have a little more depth and dimension on the front of our card. Now it's time to move on to the rest of our card. We're going to take that leftover brown that's mixed up on my palette and take a scrap of watercolor cardstock cut to 1¼ inches wide and watercolored it with the leftover watercolor on our palette. So that will make it the same color as all of the browns in our colored image. Next, I'm taking this Astro Paste in Slippery When Wet, which is a lovely glitter paste that is a clear gel with colored glitter, and this has a beautiful shiny gold And I'm just using my finger to apply that to the raised portions on this embossed panel. Now this panel is longer than we will ultimately need, but that's okay. I'd rather have more than I need than not enough. Next, I'm taking another scrap of, I believe that's watercolor cardstock, just because that's what I had handy. Oh, wait, that might be a piece of regular cardstock. Anyway, I'm just going to add some of this glitter paste, the Astro paste, to each of the edges here. We're going to use that as a matting panel for our stenciled, or not stenciled, embossed panel. And the nice thing about this Astro paste is you can do some heat setting with your heat tool to help this speed up and dry. So I use my I clean up the mess with a piece of paper towel and my soapy water spray. And then I heat set this piece, and we're going to trim it down just a smidge because it's a little wider than I would like. Just using my Spellbinders smaller guillotine trimmer. Now that it is cut down to the width I would like, we're going to add some extra cardstock behind each of these pieces, and then we're going to trim them down to fit an A2 size panel. So it's going to be actually 4 inches. The panel I'm going to put on our A2 size card, which is 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. That panel that I'm going to create right now is ultimately going to be 4 by 5 1/4 inches. So I only need that cross strip to be 4 inches wide. I'm taking the same blue watercolor paint, and I'm using that to create a wash on this piece of watercolor cardstock. This is some really cheap watercolor cardstock. I don't think it's even Canson. It's the cheap Walmart, or not Walmart, Amazon stuff, which I have gobs of, and I'm not doing anything super special here. The watercolor paper just needs to be able to let watercolor move across it freely. Now we're going to trim this down to 4 by 5 1/4 inches to make our panel. And I'm just trimming a little bit off of all 4 edges so we add that nice wash on effect on here. So it's a little darker towards the bottom. I did add some extra cardstock shim behind that panel before I'm going to adhere it to our 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch top folding card base. I don't do a top folding very often, but it's what I had in my stash. So that's what we're going to use. I'll center that up nicely on our card front and let that get nicely adhered. And then it's time to start assembling the rest of the front of our card. I'm going to adhere that embossed and glittered up panel near the bottom of this card because this is going to kind of ground our main image here. This fits very nicely on an A2 size card front. I'm going to use the lines on my grid mat to help me make sure I have the embossed panel nicely lined up so it's straight. I did add some extra cardstock shims near the top portion of the image to make that rest evenly on the card front. Once that's adhered, I decide to use sentiments from the stamp set. This one says, "Life happens, coffee helps." And then we're going to take that scrap of watercolor cardstock and we're going to stamp our second sentiment from that set, which says, "Have a brutiful day." One of these is going to go on the inside of the card and one is going to go on the outside. And both of them were clear heat embossed with this clear, fine clear embossing powder. I'm using my heat tool to melt that. I did that with the other sentiment also. Then I'm using the precision layering. I happen to have the mini slim lines. The A2 size will work for this also. You have to do a little partial die cutting. I had to do that with these also. And we're going to trim that down. This one's going on the front of the card. I thought about trimming off the extra, but on the ends, not the extra, but the spacing on the sentiment was a little funny, but that's okay. We cut the sentiment in half and that works. Now for the inside of the card, I'm going to take this VersaFine Clair Sand Dune ink, and we're going to stamp that on the inside of the card. This will give us a nice pale brown image, so it's easy to write over. And then we're going to add the sub-sentiment that says, "Have a beautiful day." And I'll just adhere that right over our stamped image. And I'm going to pull in the Spellbinders Peach Opalescent Sequins, which I'm not sure if they're available anymore. If they are, I will be linking them in the description box, along with any of the other products that I used today. I'm using my little pickup tool and my precision, the fine line glue bottle and the Bearly Arts Precision Glue to apply these sequins. It just takes a little dot of glue and it will hold these sequins down. I love that these sequin mixes have 3 different sizes of sequins, and that's what I tend to use, is all 3 sizes. That is my completed card for day 13. I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun playing with the watercolors. I'm really loving my watercolors right now. We all go through phases with our different products. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done that. Leave me a comment. I always love to hear what you have to say. And check that description box below for the link to all of the products that I used today. Until tomorrow, here are a couple more videos I thought you might enjoy. Bye-bye.